Welcome into the Stockyards here in Fort Worth, Texas, as the Toros take on the Aztecs here in the SFL Southern Division Clash. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northup, and alongside our statistician for the evening, Stephen Acker. Joining me in the booth is Rick Northup.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fort Worth, where tonight, as you said, Colin, Mexico City comes a-calling.
Well, it's the classic South Division rivalry between two traditional powers meeting for the 11th time. Both are surprisingly at the bottom of the standings. Fort Worth has lost 2 in a row. They're looking to get back at 500, and Mexico City looks to gain ground on Osier City. Should be a fun one. Toss the coin in the Toros with their offense on the field first. 2.5-point underdogs at home are the Toros, over under 44.5. Chaz Blackwater kick off for Mexico City.
Oh, Blackwater, keep on ticking.
And we're underway.
Let's go.
From about the 5-yard line up the middle. Cutting close to the 30. No low mark him down there is Ben Stone, number 21, and we'll see Eric Price and the rest of the Toro attack come out on the field first. This is an offense, Rick, averaging 24 points a game, but their defense is giving up 22, so they're used to high-scoring shootouts.
They are, but interestingly, the over-under is set at 44.5 by the folks at Jack's Data.
Here's Jet Zero. First carry of the game, picks up 5 yards, and that's a good opportunity as ever to introduce you to this Toro offense. Jet Zero is one tailback, Jay-Z Bacon's the other. Aaron Alexander, he's the team's GM. He's at fullback. Henry McGee, Cade Stevens, Stephen Hacker are the wide receivers. As Bacon gets the handoff and gets tackled after a 2-yard pickup by Yolanda. Robert Garrett Jr., James Jennings are the tight ends. Duke LaRue, Emmanuel Panda are the tackles up front, and the guards are Jaleel LaRue and Frank Burks.
Easy for you to say.
Here's Zero up the middle, he doesn't get there. In fact, he's stopped for no gain by one of those Aztec defenders, Max Jackson.
Interesting, the Mexico City linebackers rushed up onto the line of scrimmage just before the snap. They could have gotten through that first level. Could have been a big gain, but Mexico City holds them.
Amelia Rose, who does the place kicking, also does the punting for the Toros. And the return up the middle, that is Jared Dumas. He'll get struck down at his own 27. And Jordan Sipe and the rest of the Mexico City attack will make their way to the field. 8:44 to go in the opening quarter. Opening possession for the Aztecs. Jacob Morrison, Ray Bentley, the Hall of Famer, are the tailbacks. Buford Van Dam is the fullback. You also see him line up the tailback. And the first carry of the ball game goes off to Bentley, who picks up 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Jason Bartley, Honus Olby, Noah Terrazas, and the aforementioned Jared Dumas are the wide receivers.
Excuse me, did you say aforementioned? Look at that, right? A vocabulary word right off the bat, everybody.
And Sipe, the left-hander, is back to throw. Completes it over the middle of Jerry, number 47. And that's good for Aztec first down. Over yonder is the left tackle. Siatim Arcicalo is the other tackle. Greg Forrest, Tatalami Supremo, and Ogan Found-E are the offensive line. Found-E is the rookie center snapping them.
Ogden Found-E. Did you say Ogan? Ogan? They're not making it easy on you tonight, are they, Colin?
Draw up the middle, and it'll be stopped for no gain. Let's introduce you to Toro attack. Jeff Duffy, defensive end, along with Gary Gond. Luther Gond is defensive tackle. Linebackers, just 2 of them. E.K. Vincent on the inside, and Dexter Jackson, the former Aztec, on the outside, number 54.
Former, is he dead to them?
And Sipe goes down for the sack. It's sack time. Gary Gond around the edge. And it'll be 3rd and 14.
Mike Daggs in his security operation apparatus. Oh, there's a vocabulary word for you. Keeping an eye on all the former players, I'm sure.
Tobias Gordon, Adam Leach, Aiden Davis, the corners, Ben Stone, the free safety, along with the rookie Zion Waddles, and the defensive MVP, former defensive MVP, to the Aztecs strong safety. As Ethbro goes underneath to Toros, who's tackled by, among others, Nash. And that'll bring out Kale Barrett Jr., number 7 on punt. Team's dedicated punter, 6'2", 200 pounds, 5th year in the league, all at the Aztecs.
Oh, that's a beauty.
And the Toros will take over at their own 18 as Jacob Morrison makes the tackle down there on special teams. Evan Miller, Saron Yates the 4th, the defensive ends. Chance Wall and Dan Schwitz occupy the middle. John Felder, Koisaline Yolia is the outside linebacker, along with John Osiris. Gerard Brody, Liam Ryan, Merrick Itera at the corners. And backstep, the Hall of Famer at strong safety picks that off from Eric Price and sets up his team with field position at the Fort Worth 14. The fans cannot believe it.
Some nerve they have of having a pick in the middle of your introductions, Colin.
Jeffrey Daggs is the other Hall of Famer. He's at free safety. So it's another reason for Mike Daggs to keep tabs on things. His son's playing in this game.
I was referring to the former players who, the diaspora. Oh, there's another one of Mexico City, of Aztecs around the league. Well, they're in business here, Colin, in the red zone.
Only the 5th takeaway for the Aztecs all year. They had Fort going in as Sipe throws over the middle. One-handed catch by Onobi, but it'll only be for 4-yard gain to about the 10.
It's a good thing he made that catch, too. There were some people on over coverage that ball may have landed or gone to had he not stuck out that big mitt.
And for Price, that's his 5th interception on the season. And
here's a nice formation.
Under center pitches out to Bentley Ray, and the Priest defers a man into the shadow. Scores! Touchdown, Aztecs.
Have a big helping of my stiff arm as I matriculate myself into the end zone. And he breaks the plane, Colin. He broke the plane.
Oh, he broke the plane. Bilford Van Dam, the big rig. He had nobody to block. He had nobody to block until the very end of that play.
What's he even doing out there? Find somebody and hit him.
And the Hall of Famer Ted hacks on another touchdown to his total. That's his 142nd rushing touchdown of his career. And on the year, that's his 3rd rushing touchdown, as the extra point is up and good. So they take advantage of the short field in just 2 plays, 35 seconds, and punch it in with that man, the Hall of Famer Ray Bentley.
All set up by that heads-up interception right off the bat. Well, Fort Worth, feeling like they just spotted Mexico City 7, we'll start this whole affair over again. I want to remind everybody the Rick meter overhaul was completed early, back in action last week's first week back here. Now we're here in Fort Worth at burning that clean diesel. Lots of new neon lighting up the sky. Of course, people are always stopping by to look and take pictures, and using their Bank Michigan authorized slide rules to give you all the calculations, facts, and figures to let you know early who's going to win this game.
Max Jackson has 106 career interceptions for those keeping on milestone watches. Henry McGee makes the catch for the first down as Price completes a pass to his own team.
Oh, ouch. Whoa. Little announcer shade right off the bat.
Mike Daggs, he's still smarting.
Yeah, you can't just, show up and expect to see the Rick meter actually was in the shop. So I believe other than that, we treated Mike and Kelly with the utmost hospitality that's available here at World Headquarters.
Stevens in motion to the bottom of the screen. As Price goes that direction, and it's incomplete, looking for Acker. And it's 2nd and 10. Mike Daggs, he has a memory like an elephant. He doesn't forget. He said, you told him it was in storage. And he goes, uh-huh. 2nd and 10 for the Toros. Price back to throw, sets, fires over the middle, and Jeffrey Daggs with a nice hit on Acker that time.
To be fair, storage was code for under repair. You know, we don't usually give out medical information about our staff or team, you know. So storage was the cover story.
It's a 3rd and 10 situation for the Toros. They have to get over to the other side of 50, just short of 45 for a first down. Here's a sprint out by Price. Throw, saves that. What a catch by the Cowboy, Robert Garrett Jr. as he lassoed that ball in with just one hand, and that's good enough for a first down.
Wow, Cowboy and lasso in the same comment. I love it.
And Mexico City's number 44, Jeffrey Daggs, makes another tackle. Clean up on ILD. But it's 1st and 10 Fort Worth.
We haven't gotten to our haberdashery comments yet, but I will start by saying I like the Fort Worth uniforms.
Back to throws Price. Looking over the middle, throws, and it's incomplete again. There's that menace in the defensive secondary. Jeffrey Daggs once again breaking up the play.
The man's a menace. The man's a menace. Cue the Caddyshack lines. I am a big fan of the matching or the monocolor pants and jerseys.
This is a Mexico City defense only giving up the 8th fewest points a game across the league, just under 70. Ooh, they almost had another pick.
I sure did. That was a tight window. I guess you would, when they get in the film room, they're going to say, hey, he was covered. What were you thinking?
Gerard Brody almost came down with the interception. And just like that, we're facing another 3rd and long. You don't want to make your living if you're in this situation. Have to get past the 30 or just short of it. More first down.
Denver says, forget about the football game. I'm getting comments in the chat.
Throw down the field, Price over the head of everybody as he was going for a giant rocket ball, Acker, but it ultimately hits the turf, incomplete, and another punt opportunity for the Toros.
Rocket ball, Rocket Man. Where's Elton John when you need him? Never around.
Throws. Fields the snap, gets it away. It's a pretty good kick, and Jeffrey Daggs. No, that's too much. Rather elects to turn it up to the 13.
And that was a dicey return, but good job because otherwise that ball was at the 2. Now you could argue that if he let it go, it might have been caught by the other by Fort Worth, or could have gone into the end zone. But it works out halfway okay, in my opinion.
Empty backfield for the Aztecs, wearing their green pants with black helmets and that classic Aztec red and green logo. And Sipe throws over everybody. It's incomplete. Bentley was out there in the pattern wearing a gold helmet, signifying he's a Hall of Famer. But ultimately, it hits the turf. No good. 2nd down.
They had a lot of people out in the pattern, and he wanted Ray Bentley. I'm confused.
Back to throw. Sipe over the middle, complete to Henry for the first down, and the protege of Mike Daggs has to make his mentor very proud with that reception there.
Wow, protege, aforementioned. I've lost track of all of our vocabulary words. Well, you're going to learn something while you're listening to this, one way or another. Oh, Blondie called. She wants her song.
High formation, 3 wide receivers. Sipe under center. And there's the Hall of Fame in the backfield. As Bartley motions down to the bottom of your screen. And Sipe throws. It's complete.
to number 10.
Number 10, that is Bartley.
That just finds a little soft spot. Oh, God, coverage gets caught up in the wash there a little bit. Sipe finds him.
Fort Worth wearing their all blue with the traditional blue helmets and blue face masks. As Sipe completes this off to Bentley, and Bentley trying to make something happen, but it'll pick up 3 yards. To be fair, he only had one blocker out there, and Fort Worth trying to make a stop.
Mike, appreciate the shout out and compliment in the, I think that's a compliment in the chat. Your simp stipends will continue. Thank you very much.
Whoa, let's talk about that. As the pitch out goes to Morrison, and Jacob, don't call me Van Morrison. Oh, he flat somebody on his back before stepping out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 2.
That was a glorious catch. I got no Van Morrison. I'm sorry. That was a good one.
It's 3rd and 2. We got 2 tight ends on the field. Single receiver to the bottom is Toros.
Yeah, power eye.
2 tight ends balanced. Now they shift one of them over.
Throw on this. Let's see.
Onto the right side of formation. Here they give the opposite direction. Bentley has himself a first down.
Oh, the all-purpose Ray Bentley. He can be 35 yards downfield, or he can get run through the big uglies and pick up that short yardage first down, Colin.
There's another empty set for the Aztecs as you see a shadow creeping over midfield. Sipe, the left-hander, throws! It's complete for a first down to the 30, and there's Terrazas, number 82 in your program.
Yeah, talk about flooding the zone. They go empty backfield, as you noted, Colin. They had 4 split out wide, and they sent a 5th receiver, tight end, downfield. They have 5 receivers. And lots of time. So Fort Worth's going to need to step up their pass rush, I think, or they're going to be in longer-term trouble. So says the Rick team.
Draw play up the middle. Bentley only picks up 2 before E.K. Vincent brings them down. Vincent, along with Kate Stevens, earlier this year, Rick have announced that this is their farewell season.
They're going to clean up their cleats for the last time, huh? At the end of this season. What a ride.
Guys have been here double-digit seasons. In the league overall, that throw is dropped. Aiden Davis.
What happened?
Was the closest man to it, but
I want to see that again.
Oh, the boys in the truck aren't getting what they want.
Man,
I told you we should have threatened to take away their Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew. Did you want to listen to me? No. Anyway, here's a 3rd and 8 on the field. 4 wide side. Dumps off. It's a fumble. Overturning down. Jackson. Nobody's blowing the blade in. Touchdown. Toros thinking an offensive touchdown.
Wow.
It's the place in.
Wow, an LB touchdown. He's an LB or a D lineman. Who cares? He's in the end zone.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get a better look at this.
Oh, it's close.
Is there going to be, will we see the red hanky? Or is it a red bandana here in Fort Worth in cowboy country? I don't know.
It's so close.
I guess not. They're not going to challenge that.
Oh, they are going to challenge it. So let's take a retroactive look at the play. Get your SFL get your console and play the SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. They got some new good models on. And this is a big call very early in this ball game, Rick.
Let's get a look at it. Oh, that's the bad angle. You can't see exactly what's happening with his arm and his hand. It looked like he was trying to make a throwing motion, but did the ball slip out?
But it hit him
forehand.
Hit him before he was able to gather it.
Here we go.
And it's overturned. Oh, the Aztecs dodge a major bullet like
my goodness.
Neo in the Matrix. And oh boy, the Toros on the sideline are not happy with that one.
Did you just say Neo in the Matrix? Oh my goodness. Pulling out all the cultural stops tonight.
There we got Chaz Blackwater on for the field goal attempt.
Oh, Blackwater.
He boots it right down the middle, and it'll be a 10-0 game. So the Aztecs are able to swap the 7 points they've given up and get 3 of their own, thanks to a little replay magic.
Replay magic. Oh, it's magic.
There's the Blackwater.
Well, that's a 10-point turnaround right there. Fort Worth.
It's huge.
They have a touchdown taken off the board. Mexico City splits the uprights. They're up 10-0 here.
Now he's 8 of 9 on the year.
Oh, 8 of 9. That's not so good.
As the return goes up to the 25 in the Toros, all of a sudden they're staring at a 10-point deficit rather than a tie game. And there's accusations of bribery. Jokingly, of course. Jokingly. 0 up the middle. Jet 0. Oh, plowing over people and picks up a first down.
Manufactures a first down all on his own, with various defenders being drugged by him.
Jet 0. 217 yards and 52 carries coming in. No touchdowns as of yet. It'll be very interesting to see if the young man gets in the end zone. It's been a while since he broke the plane, as we like to say. Mr. Bacon comes in and loses the yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Bryce under center. Has a couple tight ends in formation. Hacker down in a 2-point stance as the throw goes to Stevens. It's good enough for first down.
Bryce nearly on his drop back, nearly runs into, look at this, 40. That, I don't know what 40 was doing. Jet 0, kind of getting in the way there, uncharacteristically, not on the same page.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Fort Worth down 10-0. But they're moving and have the ball. You're watching the SFL here on the Virtual Football Network.
And your end of one Rick Meter read just in. It's advantage Fort Worth. Advantage Fort Worth. Been impressed. Being opportunistic and getting a lucky call, fortunate call on the replay. Whatever you want to say, they're up 10-0. Fort Worth's got to show the Rick Meter they can produce some offense here.
Hacker was held without a catch in that quarter at 3 targets. All were broken up by DBs. 0 picks up another 3 yards to add for his total. J.C. Bacon knows yet to get going. His 2 carries for 1 yard. For net of 1 yard.
Net 1.
We're saying net because the long listed is 2. Here's Bacon with another opportunity, and he's squeezes the yard out of that one. John Fowler brought him down.
Look at that Aztec pursuit, even with the toss sweep wide. They've got people out there ready to make a play.
This is a critical game in the South Division because both of these teams are chasing the team at the very top, the Bossier City Steamers, who've won their first 3 ball games in a row. As the throw on 3rd down is complete to the speedster, Henry McGee. Look at that pass, Rick.
Nice pitch and catch. Good hard break coming out of that route.
We have 1st and 10. Defensive line shifts toward the right side of formation. Price checks into something at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll move a receiver around. The Hacker up tight to the top of the screen, and they will turn, give to 0, and Jet 0 will pick up about 2 yards before that man, Max Jackson, brings him down. 2nd and 8.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. You got to read.
No, you go ahead.
Hey, I was going to say, apparently the Rick meter is on AMA right now. There's a question in the chat. Rick meter is not optimistic about Fort Worth's chances to score in this drive, even though they're on the plus side of the field. Ouch, sorry. Just read what the Rick meter tells me.
Throw, slant over the middle. McGee will set up a 3rd and short. The 2025 SFL convention kicks off the league's 25th anniversary season. July 10th through the 14th, join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyde Regency, looking out at the Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. As Price back to throw. That's the dump underneath, but no! Hacker unable to haul it in again as he was targeted.
That was well covered, though. I mean, that's a tough throw to attempt and make.
He could have gotten the first down had the defender not been in the area, but Amelia Rose will try 41.
Amelia Rose trying to make the Rick meter look silly.
This is from 41. Snap good. Kick is no good. Oh my goodness.
The Rick meter's undenied.
It was leaking too far.
Did it hit the post?
It drifted enough.
Oh.
And it went the post, and they're saying the wind did it.
The wind did it. That's it. Let's go with the wind. Here in Fort Worth.
Offset eye for the Aztecs now. Taking over from their own 31-yard line. Mike Daxon says, cheer for the win in chat. Safe throws. Win out all. It's almost intercepted. Adam Leach had it, and it had it near him, but ultimately it hits the turf. 2nd down.
I think the wind did it. You know, the wind is not a passing thing, you know. How did that joke stink? Sorry.
I heard it can be whistling, though.
Apparently that went over my announcing partner's head.
Throw. Side completes to Henry. That's good for a first down to the 45.
Bribed Zephyr. Man, this is a shockingly, surprisingly intellectual game here. With a reference to Zephyr. I did not have that on my bingo card. How about you today, Colin?
I have no idea what Zephyr is.
See? There you go. God of wind.
An empty backfield. The left-hander side almost gets sacked, but that pass is tipped away.
You know what I find interesting is how a loudmouth broadcaster like you, Colin, doesn't know what Zephyr is.
Well, I'm familiar with these Burlington Zephyr, but not Zephyr Zephyr. 2nd and that boy. Yeah, he points it out. It's the God of wind. My partner was right. Once again, whoopie-doo. And save. Oh, he turned right. Dexter Jackson says, I didn't get my defense a touchdown, so I get this ball instead.
Nice. Making a play.
And you just love it. As Rick, you keep noticing the banners on the sides are all of either Kate Stevens or Eric Vincent in some picture.
I was gonna make a comment on that. That caught my eye a minute or two ago, and I did the mental double take. What? Mike Dags does have a sense of humor, everybody.
Well, right after he accused his right tackle of being drunk.
Yeah. Way to blame your team, your players.
It was up the middle there, and Alexander stopped at 2nd and 10.
I did everything I could as a coach. It's those dang players that let me down.
And the throw. Oh, Hacker with the catch. He makes his first grab, a real fancy one. And the bench is fired up about that one as the So Hunter says, Jordan, let me do the punting. We talked about this. It was like that double down as his assertion on his forward right tackle.
Very funny.
It's 1st and 10. Now under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
I don't doubt that an adult beverage or two is being consumed by viewers and chatters.
Although Zero picks up 4 yards, it'll be 2nd and 6. This is the 11th meeting between these teams, and the Toros have won 7 of them coming into this matchup.
Hey, who's doing stats for us today, Colin?
It's Stephen Hacker himself.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend.
Well, that's why the guy's only caught 1 pass till now, I reckon.
He's been
and he catches that one, and there he goes! Hacker! Oh! He almost pulled the lead on that, but ultimately he got it to the end zone.
A little showboating there. A little showboating.
Oh my goodness.
Hacker the showman. Look at that. No, nobody. What happened? There's so few people to attempt to tackle the ball carrier. And he can do a little razzle-dazzle on the goal line.
Hacker says.
Yeah, nice job,
Hacker
Stephen
tells
Hacker.
me. Hacker tells me, you know, in so many words.
Stick it.
It's marked by 60-yard drive. And Stephen Hacker scores a touchdown.
I told you, the man, the myth, the legend.
43 yards. So he has 2 grabs for 55 yards and 6 targets and a touchdown.
Don't just take my word for it. I got handed a communication from the Rick meter, and they're impressed. They didn't think Fort Worth had it in them.
Morrison is tackled down to Terra Firma at the 30-yard line. Terra Firma, that's the...
Dang, yeah, you know you're Latin now. We got Greek gods, we got Latin speak. Jeez, oh, pizza. We got Stephen Hacker with a little showboating.
We've had a little bit of it in the first half, and there's still 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
The Rick meter's still going advantage Mexico City.
As we take a look at the stats, and the Toros now have the advantage, but it's pretty even.
Yeah.
Almost all the way around.
Not much to divine out of those stats yet in terms of differentials, other than maybe 4 yards.
Stipe back to throw. Oh! Jared Dumas with a one-handed catch. That's got to be the nice hands catch of the game. Brought to you by Retroid.
Get your Retroids here.
Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. What a catch by the rookie.
Well done, and you got to make plays like that. You know, to sometimes just to keep things rolling. Making a great play instead of having a mistake or an error.
Sight back to throw. Sight dumps it short to Henry, and they say he went out of bounds.
He barely got that.
Before he stepped.
Yeah, bent over at the sidelines, and nothing he could do with that. I don't know. A few years ago, it was driving me nuts how you'd have these sideline throws or these quick outs, and the receivers would just run too close to the out of bounds.
So that the momentum would take them there.
Yeah, and there'd be nothing they could do. Even if they were, maybe if they were covered, the sideline becomes the friend of the defender because they're so close to it. Anyway, I digress. We'll talk about season 20 or 19 later.
It's the I formation. Single receiver to the wing is Toros. This here's to get to the big rig. Buford ran down, and the big rig. Oh my goodness! It's like he got all flat tires at once as Adam Leach stops him for minimal gain.
Big rig got a flat. Join me for my special podcast coming up next month. I got a lot of I've got a lot of problems with people, and now you're going to hear about it.
Is this punt? Oh, it goes bounding into the end zone.
My special guest will be Frank Costanza.
I see. Anyway, the ball comes out to the 20. It'll be first and 10. Ooh, Gunny. There's another cultural reference in the chat, referencing Vince Dooley, former head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Vince Dooley. Wow. Gunny, my man.
As the throw goes out to Bacon. Bacon had to wait for his blocks to set up, and it's a good thing he did because he rambled down the field, picked up about 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd and 2.
Nice job, yeah. Making bacon.
There's the numbers for Price. 8 of 15 for 134 yards, touchdown. Of course, the pick.
What was that equal on a QBR rating at this point in the game?
As 0 will break one tackle and carry another guy. It's like he was the steer and he didn't want to go down.
You know what Mexico City said about that? We had him, and then we lost him. Gives up the first down. They had him tackled behind the line.
77.6 for those wondering.
Thank you very much.
My partner to my right here in the broadcast booth.
We did bring Denver with us down to Fort Worth tonight, and amazingly, Cam, he's being a good boy.
Throw over the middle, incomplete. Ooh, looking for number 83 there, down on the depth chart, but ultimately John Feller had other ideas.
Interferes with the design of that play. It's a great success. Well, this is interesting. 4 wide and tailback column.
Back to throw is Price. Price going deep. He's got Hacker again. And oh, he almost broke away for a 2nd time. America Terra, Hall of Famer, saved the touchdown. But what a big play down the field. Look at this, Rick.
He's just trucking, and right there gets caught. Another step or two, he may have gotten the separation he needed. Either way, it's a big play, and Stephen Hacker is on the board again.
He's 1 catch away from going well over 100 yards. As 0 goes, draw up the middle, picks up about 7. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Clock stopped officially at 1 minute 58 seconds. You're watching the SFL here on the Virtual Football Network.
Doesn't seem like we should be in the 2-minute warning already. Am I just having too much fun and time's flying? Or is the game going quickly?
Maybe it's a little both. I'll give you credit there.
A little bitty both, yeah. This is exciting.
And Cam, of course, with the
Denver.
obvious statement. Denver always being a good boy.
Cam's a big Denver Dog fan.
As we have a first down, clock running, 1:15 coming. We'll see how the Toros like to play this. Remember, they had first possession. Well, did they have first possession?
Yes, they did.
I can check. As my colleagues assert, yes, they did, and he's correct. It was a 35-yard on the opening possession. McGee over the middle, and he goes down to the 4-yard line. Still plenty of time for the Toros here as it'll be 1st and goal. And the youngster, McGee, there's another fun word to say, youngster, who's 6'2", 200 pounds in his 2nd season here in Fort Worth. 3rd overall in the league. Sets him up at a 1st and goal as Price has Alexander in the backfield behind him. Here to get Alexander underdog, nothing doing, and the timeout will have to be burned. They tried to cross him up with a little fullback draw, but ultimately, no dice. As it is 2nd and goal. Price is going to throw this to the end zone. Oh, almost caught by Hacker, but Max Jackson has already clocked up at 1:05 left.
Cue the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's pointing and clicking his fingers at the TV. Jet 0 interfered with that drop back on that play as well.
Fowler was actually on the previous TFL. Doug Day has a crazy idea. He wants to bring Denver on tour to Mike and Gerald. That'd be a bundle of laughs as the throw.
It would be.
It's short to the end zone. Another timeout had to be called.
Denver likes his car rides too. I think Rochester, Dags. You know, I get all those upper tier cities confused. Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo. What else is up there?
No, that's in Canada.
Hamilton.
It's a field goal is good. 11 plays, 77 yards, 2 minutes, 58 seconds. And
Canada called, and you've just earned yourself a congratulatory donut and loony for the Canadian shout out. Have a donut, Kolarski.
We now have a 10-10 game with 58 seconds left, and we're right back to where we started from, which was level.
We're level at 10.
There's Morrison. He's looking to break out of the pack and nearly does before being tackled at his 31-yard line.
You know, it's not level, though. It's the Rick meter. Still advantage Mexico City, everybody.
Despite it being a tie game?
Despite Fort Worth coming back. They're saying they need to see a little more out of Fort Worth to pull this thing back to zero to neutral.
Oh, Mo from the Three Stooges called. He wanted to know who on the Rick Meter staff was being a wise guy.
Yeah, wise guy. Good old Rochester, yup.
Right, Bentley up the middle, and it looks like the Aztecs will be contentious to sit on the ball and go into halftime. Tied at 10 apiece as they pop that run up. Oh, the other side, Ben Stone, boy, he got sent to the shadow realm.
Don't look now, but there's some mysterious UFO shadow over the field. Oh, it's the blimp. You thought I was full of hot air with that, didn't you?
I'm not gonna
I'll
even
show myself out.
Sipe is gonna attempt one last throw down the field. Oh, catch made by Bill Henry. Nice catch. And the Aztecs electing not to use any of the timeouts. Oh, no! And they're gonna cut the ball with Morrison and then finally call it timeout with 2 seconds.
He could have spiked it, could have done a quick out, and maybe gotten into field position. It'd have been a closely run affair, Colin, but it could have happened, and we're going to hit halftime here after this next one.
Oh, boy. So they call it timeout. And, you know, are they going to run the ball again? It sure looks like they're set up to run the ball. Oh, they ran the ball! And Bentley, he's done a 30 before he's brought down.
Oh, my gosh. Dax telling everybody that his coach forgot he had timeouts.
Forget about broadcasting the coach's clock awareness. He went to the Matt Eberflus School of Clock Management.
Oh my gosh, Tritz alleging the coach won't put his tacos down to call timeout.
Anyway, we reached the half, 10 apiece. Rick, your thoughts here?
Well,
a download here of the first.
Yeah, you know, traded a couple of turnovers, and Mexico City storms out to a 10-0 lead, and here comes Fort Worth to tie it in the second quarter. It's an interesting. I mean, it's an intriguing prospect of the second half for this announcer, Colin. You?
It sure is indeed. He had a couple of drops early thanks to some good defense, but he popped up a couple of big plays. 3 catches and 1 touchdown, 31.7 yards to catch this player at half. So let's take a quick halftime break. Presented by the folks over at Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join our community collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting an humongous headline on our site, breaksgpt.com. And I guarantee there are 2 words that Mike Dykes doesn't want to hear anytime soon ever again.
Clock management?
And that is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Yes. Stop hassling Buffalo faithful.
It's his throw is complete on the little corner route. Oh, it'll be. As we take a look at the first half number, 229 for Fort Worth, 176 for that 10-yard or so pass completion for Mexico City. They had 166 in the first half. So despite a level scoreboard, the
stats are starting to favor Fort Worth just a little bit. Right?
12 of 18, under 39 yards.
And that might reflect the fact that Mexico City had that short scoring drive off that pick. Only about 17 yards or something like that, 20 yards. And so their 7 points came very low total yardage total, whereas Fort Worth had to drive more of the length of the field to get theirs.
That's a pickup of 1 on the swing. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I like to think that's the kind of an analysis you can't get just anywhere. Except for right here.
I think that's in reference to something I said earlier. I apologize, sir.
Oh, the Mahomes thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, Mahomes. Yeah, don't worry. That guy's a pox. The league right now. Everybody's an Eagles fan.
Side back to throw. 3rd and 4. Has to dump it underneath.
Oh,
Henry.
But it would have been better to just. Well, going to bring up 4th down, so trying to make something happen.
Hey.
Hey.
You want to do another bit? Okay, I have a question for you. How many likes do we have on the video so far?
Oh, let me see. We got 20 likes there.
Oh, well, it's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. And the ball will be placed on the Fort Worth 27 with 8:05 to go in the 3rd.
Remind everybody, the Rick meter's here. Always a fan favorite out on the concourse, and people checking it out. Not allowed to go inside during league operations.
Although people have gotten selfies with the security guard. And
That's right. The Rick meter's still advantage Mexico City. Fort Worth working hard to pull that back over into their favor.
Indeed, they are. 2nd and 5 upcoming for Fort Worth. Let's go to Cameron Irvine for a game break. Cam?
Thank you, Colin. Queen City at Vancouver, and Mateo Pravado's in the end zone. The first touchdown of this game. Queen City has just 1 first down. Their defense keeping them in it. Vancouver's up 16-0. Back to you.
Ooh, very interesting and intriguing score. Of course, the Corsairs were down a bundle of points.
But Mateo the Potato puts it in the end zone, breaks the plane.
Against the Albuquerque Adams, and they came back to win, so it's still early in that game for the boys in white visiting the Great White North as the run goes nowhere.
That was backwards. Put it in R. Back up that bus.
Bacon, he's had his moments, but no consistent sizzle from Mr. Bacon.
Just tough sledding there on that one against the Aztec front 4.
2nd and 11. Price under center. Will drop back. Doesn't run into his halfback. This time it completes it to Acker, who takes it up over the 40-yard line before Jeffrey Daggs brings him down. this is a football play. It's like, I don't need no fancy gloves. Let me just go up here with my bare hands and grab this ball.
My big old paw. Big old paws. And, Jet Zero wisely keeps himself out of the line of fire there. That second time happened down on the goal line, too. That was dicey.
He's up over 100 yards with that reception. Alexander, the long back behind Price, and they get to Alexander, and Alexander is lucky to squeeze one out of that.
Same play they ran a couple plays ago into the line, just on the different gap on the left side of the center, and same result, nothing.
It's those two big tackles for the Aztecs, so I'll get the particulars for those guys in a moment. Take a look at this play. It's a quick throw over the middle of McGee, and he sets up a 3rd and 2.
Not a bad idea, 3rd and short. Very doable.
Dan Tritz and Chance Wall have over 500 pounds of beef combined between the two of them.
Wow. No wonder running up the middle can be tough against the Aztecs.
Correction, it's actually 600. I was looking at the wrong weight column for one of the guys. Zero picks up the first down. He's hoping to be a hero to perhaps help break the deadlock.
Yeah, Zero the hero. Let's go.
We saw a reference to the Savannah Bananas in the chat. Louis Conduti, young wide receiver for the San Jose Flight. As the throw is complete to Jennings, the other tight end. First time we called his name today, James Jennings. Almost called him Jordan Jennings.
So I now got to ask the question, where am I going to see the Savannah Bananas? Not the Savannah Bananas, sorry. Yeah, Santa Cruz. Where are the bananas from? Banana slugs.
No, it's the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah,
it's got nothing to do with the Santa Cruz banana slugs. As Alexander helped pick up 4 yards on the fullback dive up the middle.
I was confused.
I know they're traveling to a bunch of minor league ballparks this summer. I think Toledo's one of them, closest to us.
Go Mud Hens.
2nd and 6.
Corporal Klinger's favorite team. Gunny's going to know what I'm talking about.
And 0! Oh, he almost got in the zone, but he's tackled just short of the 1. And oh boy, the promised land was right there, Rick. But ultimately, the Hall of Famer Jeffrey Dax says, no.
Denied. You shall not break the plane. You shall not pass. What is the average wind speed of a Speedo?
12 carries up to 60 yards for 0. Can Bacon cap off the drive with a touchdown of his own? And no! He gets stopped.
How is that not? Boy, it sure seemed like the ball may have, broken the proverbial plane.
And 0 is back in. So this is about as good a chance as any for him to break the plane.
A touchdown is now prophesied.
2nd and goal. Price under center has Alexander in front of him. The 0 and the offset eye.
Oh, they love that offset eye.
It gets the 0. Pearls and no, it didn't.
What a
3rd and goal.
What a goal line stand so far, being pitched here by your Mexico City Aztecs. Just incredible. We'll take one more whack at it here. Now we got the power eye and the double tight end set.
Triple tight end. Oh! Insertion almost immediately.
Who was that?
By
Miller?
Chance Wall. Miller cleaned it up, but Chance Wall blew it up from the very beginning.
Wow, full water boy there almost.
And it's going to be another short field goal. This is nothing more than an extra point. It's officially going to be 18 yards. 14 plays, 71 yards.
Yeah, and the Rick meter's going back to neutral on this. Neutral with a caveat, however, because It was like you had 1st and goal at the 1 and you couldn't get a touchdown. So, you know.
But they do take a 3-point lead over the defending champion. And the kickoff is away. And this will be fielded by Jared Dumas out of the end zone. And Jared, he runs up over the 30 and he'll be marked down at the 33.
Gunny with the correct Maxwell Q. Klinger reporting for duty, sir. Reference.
Yogi Barr in the chat. My sister was bit by a moose.
You know, that's random. I hope she's okay. Moose are huge. Did someone not warn her the moose was loose? There'll be more to that story. But back on to football. Mexico City now needs an answer.
1st and 10 at 33. Swipe down the field. Catch made by Bill Henry. That's good enough for 1st down.
Much progress towards that answer was made on that play.
And while we have your attention, Thursdays are for SFL AM. Season 10 is underway. Resumes this Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern with Boston in New York. And the nightcap, Philadelphia takes on San Jose.
Dun, 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 dun.
See the stars of tomorrow, right? SFL stars of tomorrow, right here on the virtual football. Throw down. Oh, and double coverage. Incomplete. You know, it was very close. Number 42 knocked it away ultimately for Toros.
Yeah,
Mitchell.
I'm learning something here, Colin. Miranda Dumas says her boyfriend's an Aztec. Ooh, a little SFL love drama there, you know.
Just imagine if they were playing on opposite teams. Miranda, of course, is with Charleston. As Bentley takes the dump, takes the check down, and goes forward for 2.
Sorry, did you say he took a dump? What was that? We got to go back to the tape on that.
I said dump off, not just dump. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm pretty sure it was the former, not the latter.
As Dexter Jackson lines up his defensive end for this 3rd and long. He's rushing the passer, and Sipe throws. Oh, it's knocked away.
A live look of the league office putting a black mark in your employee file for that one.
Dags with an interesting Easter egg in the chat. That'll be next to it.
Well, Fort Worth with a sturdy defensive operation forces the punt. You know, they may, you know, if you're not familiar with the Rick Meter, it's staffed by a bunch of delusional people, and they believe the SFL is organized to compete for its glory. So the Rick Meter now believes that calling out Fort Worth and holding Mexico City is an advantage, even though Fort Worth had clawed back and tied it. The Rick Meter feels that gave Fort Worth the motivation they finally needed to find here in this game.
Oh, look, that reminds me of something. I'll get to it in a minute. You know, we watch Mythbusters all the time, and every once in a while, Adam Savage would go to Team Henry. Look, here's your motivation.
Here's your motivation, right? The Rick Meter is hating on you. They're disrespecting you all over the place.
Don't get a touchdown and prove them wrong.
That's right.
It's the give out the middle of the jet zero. He will make it a 3rd and 4 situation from the 2nd and 9, so they're moving in the right direction, but ultimately it'll be a 3rd and 4. Still have time to get one more playoff should they choose.
Yeah, and a Mythbusters reference too. Colin, we're all this broadcast is all over the map, all over the intellectual and cultural reference map. Couldn't be happier.
And the last play will be an Eric Price throw down the middle, and Hacker shows off again with a one-handed stab in the 3rd quarter.
That's gonna earn him a Retroid.
But your numbers in chat, folks, for course number 12, 86, 68, 93. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. It's officially 13-10 our score.
We got ourselves a good one, people, here in Fort Worth. I'm Rick Northrup, alongside the broadcast man himself, Colin Northrup.
You're watching the Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network, the official network of SFLM, SFL, and the UFL. So much more coming soon. The Virtual Football Network, where all the best virtual football lives. Kate Stevens hauls that one in. The Toros now starting to really widen out the total yards advantage, up to 326 now with that. 258 passing yards for Eric Price on the day, and just 263, just 17 completions. Yards per attempt is over 10. That's crazy. Take a look at the coach on the sideline there. Oh, we had a very interesting question about Mr. Duckworth there in the chat from Gary McGuire earlier. His favorite Three Stooge, as it's 3rd and inches for Henry McGee following the reception. And Doug attempts to answer the question. He says, Mo.
Mo doggy treats, yeah. You know, Denver's a lab, and for those of you who know about labs, they're always hungry. You could ever leave food out for them because they will just eat and eat until they make themselves sick. So we've been able to have effective training with food with that one. Denver, where have you been? I just realized Denver left the booth, and now he's back. Not sure what you've been up to.
Hopefully you didn't get into any of the
go down to the
press catering.
Yeah, the press buffet is outstanding here in Fort Worth. Beautiful stadium and a lot of great food. A lot of barbecue, right, among other things. Yeah.
Indeed. James
Twice.
Jennings had no receptions coming into this game.
Oh, spin move.
And he has 1 catch for 8 yards, so congratulations to that guy. He's mostly used as a blocking tight end. Robert Garrett Jr. only 7 grabs for 42 yards with a long of 14 coming in. And really the Stephen Hacker and Henry McGee show in terms of yardage. But Price has done a good job today distributing the ball to almost everybody involved. Hacker leads the way with 135 yards, but McGee has 7 receptions for 7.
And don't look now. Friends and family of Mexico City Aztecs may want to avert their eyes slightly as Fort Worth is getting themselves at least in field goal position right now.
It's a 3rd and 2. The Aztecs must come up with a stop. They want this to remain a 2-score game, and they do. John Fowler up the middle. You know, this guy's off-season job, he's up on roofs, doing roof repair.
He's a boss.
Roof.
He's a boss. You know, that may make obviously makes a field goal attempt a little more difficult, pushing out near 40, near the 50-yard mark.
And remember, Amelia Rose had one hit the post last time. Oh, going that same way, but it tucks inside the goal. Woohoo!
There we go.
It is now a 2-score game. It's now 16-10 Toros in front.
And Amelia Rose was failed to impress the Rick meter on that miss earlier in the game, but the Rick meter's impressed here. And we're going from neutral to advantage Fort Worth, everybody.
Ooh, advantage
Fort Worth.
As the ominous shadows creep across the field. And Morrison returns from the 2 up the middle, gets a couple of blocks, goes to answer. Ooh, nice hit down to the 32. They'll spot the football.
That's a very sturdy and serviceable return, Colin. Let's see what Sipe and the rest of his teammates can do. Look at that.
Well, Mexico City's been on the struggle bus. Only 38 total yards in the first half. We need to go about more or less.
Mexico City's got to find the right people on the bus to get this thing back on track.
And they go to one of those guys to get him on the right track. Ray Bentley picks up 6 yards on first down. Almost said picks up the first down.
Ray Bentley was all everything in the in the first quarter and a half. Kind of disappeared lately. And you're right, Colin. They're going to need him to pick up the pace a little bit here for him. Provide a spark. Get him going.
Morrison up the middle. Just to start carrying the game, and they say they got the first down.
Ooh.
That was real close there.
Probably not worth a challenge at this point in the field or the game. But I wasn't so sure about that.
As the clock is rapidly under now 6 minutes. The Aztecs.
And the Aztecs needing a touchdown here. Said Captain Obvious.
Here's Jason Bartley, just a one catch for 13 yards. Was the man in motion. Side goes underneath Toros and fights ahead. They're going to give him about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. As hard earned 4 yards.
Mike Daggs not showing his nerves. Still active in the chat. Sometimes people get quiet when they start to get nervous.
I've known people who...
Not Daggs. He's a talker.
You know, why do you think he's the director of broadcast? He's gonna be a talker.
There's such a real talker on her hands.
Henry in motion as we're now under 5 minutes to go. Here's a pitch out to Hall of Famer, and the Hall of Famer is bottled up like the genie by Aiden Davis for a short loss. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, the Toros blew up that play, and ball carrier just trying to make something happen, trying to hit the go outside, gain an edge.
And this is a big reason why Mexico City is trailing. They're only 1 for 6 on 3rd down. It's gotta have its situation here. Set throws over the head of everybody.
Make that 1 of 7. Yikes.
Looking for Hunter Zoleby, but instead he found the turf. It'll be 4th and 7. Oh no, I'm sounding like Pee Wee Herman.
Hey. That's not Pee Wee Herman. I don't know who that is. There we go. He's going to make it.
Barrett Jr. punts it away. Fielded inside the 10. Stevens. It turns it up too close to the 20 to 18.
Stevens gets away from a gaggle of tacklers only to run into another gaggle of tacklers. Okay, see it here.
There's that tower
High
down
in the
there in
sky.
special teams.
I got away from you guys. Woo, hello. There's this pledge committee to greet them.
Pledge? In that movie.
Is that a pledge pin?
And Mike Daggs, who calls the offensive plays for this Aztec team, asking the defense to try and bail him out one more time. But Zenzio says, no, sir. Picks up the first down on a big play.
Jet Zero says, bail this out, Mike Daggs and you Aztecos.
Oh, Gunny.
Yes.
Says this is a key drive right here. Nachos versus tacos.
Oh my God.
And then Dan Church for Mexico City immediately goes, on your uniform.
Yeah. Gunny having both nachos and tacos. We like both kinds of music here, country and western. Nachos and tacos.
You know that last comment by
nothing.
Church reminds me of something. Get me my uniform.
Get me my uniform. Nobody's going to recognize that one. I'll give it away here in a minute in case they don't. That was, I'll give you another clue. That was Carol O'Connor, the actor's line in this particular movie. Get me my uniform.
Quick drop and the throw is complete out of bounds. That was to McGee, I believe, setting up a 13. Yes, it was number 14 in your program. Week 5 continues tomorrow, headlined by the unbeaten Washington Trident, welcoming in one-loss Houston at 9 p.m. Eastern. Other matchups include Nashville in Florida, Denver and Pittsburgh, Oklahoma City and Los Angeles. It's football all day long here in the Virtual Football Network.
Toros pick up another first down, and this commenter noticed a little bit of extra verve in your delivery of the undefeated Washington team line.
Well,
Well,
if they win, if we take care of business versus Houston tomorrow, and Vancouver ends up beating Queen City. The
Nice
West
tip.
Division will have 2 undefeated teams at the top of it. And guess what? They play each other next week, 2nd and 10.
Very exciting.
Ooh, Gunny with a lot of reference there.
Yeah. Carol Connor was Archie Bunker, but that line, "Get me my uniform," came from a movie he was in. Okay, I'll give you another clue. It wasn't in a movie. It was in one of the early all-star cast movies. It was released in the 60s.
Fort Worth.
Oh, man.
Converted 50% on 3rd down. Mexico City, 1 for 7. Like
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier, Rick. This is going to be a huge play. They don't have to run it before the 2-minute warning. Let's see what the young man Price elects. They're going to throw. They snapped it with about 4 seconds left before the warning. It's going to be Kent Stevens' first down. What a play.
Wow. Aggressive to take the snap when they didn't have to. And a throw back across the field.
Watch, he broke a tackle right there. If he got tackled right there, it would have been short. But ultimately, Price found the money man.
Yeah. Well, look at that passing chart there. Only 1 incompletion in the last 10.
Multiple throws over 10 yards. He's fast approaching 300.
Yeah, Fort Worth quietly continues to ramp up the pressure in their game in this game, and the Rick meter's going probable.
Here's the give to Zero. Zero breaks the tackle. He's up over the 40. Runner first down. He's knocked out about. That's about the only thing he did wrong on the play. But move the chains again for the Toros.
And they're now going from probable to book it. This will be a win for Fort Worth. Rick Meter really sticking its neck out here. And under 2 minutes to go in the game. That's how they roll.
152. No timeouts yet burned by the Aztecs. Bacon. He'll get tackled in the field of players. Timeout number 1.
And Dan Tritz, by the way, gets the correct score and earns a salute from the commenter, Kelly's Heroes. One of the early all-star casts with Clint Eastwood, Donald Sutherland, Telly Savalas, Carol O'Connor, Don Rickles, of all people.
You mean the hockey puck man was in Hogan? Oh,
Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes?
Yeah, it was.
There's another timeout called by the Aztecs. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. Of course, both of these teams play in the South Division. And Fort Worth has Houston next week. They're traveling to Houston. And then at DC, home versus Denver. And week 8, that's their next home game before week 9 bye. And Zero tackled behind the line for no gain. Aztecs call their final timeout. And the road doesn't get any easier for the Aztecs. They have a 1 win, but it's a deceptively 1 win. Charleston Predator team, they're very good offensively. Really rose on for another kick. Before week 7 bye, they're taking on the division lead Steamers at home. In week 8, as the field goal is good, it's now 19-10 with 1:32 seconds left.
So Mexico City will get the ball. It is a 2-possession game now, Colin, so Mexico City needs a touchdown and a field goal at a minimum to take the lead in this contest. Sorry, I interrupted your flow there, bro.
And the next road game by the Aztecs they'll be traveling to the capital of the United States to take on the DC Dragons. It's toward the end of February, the 28th.
Hats off to Dan Tritz, who knows more about Kelly's Heroes than I expected. Always with the negative waves, Moriarty. Moriarty played by one Gavin McLeod, who would go on to television fame as Captain Merrill Stubing on the Love Boat.
Ooh.
And also as Murray on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, I believe.
You know, out of all the classic TV shows I've been able to watch with my partner next to me over the years. I'm surprised sort of Love Boat or Gilligan's Island hasn't been one.
You know, I hated Gilligan's Island, actually. It was a much beloved program, but every episode ended the same way. Gilligan screwed up a rescuer get off the island. It just became a mental grind for me to watch that, so I stopped.
Over 400 yards for Fort Worth, just over 200 for Mexico. The Aztecs put up a good fight, especially in the first half, but ultimately the Toro offense has been a little too overwhelming for an entire defense.
Here's a cultural question for everybody. Was the professor on Gilligan's Island the progenitor of MacGyver that would appear on TV in the 80s? Ooh. I can see everybody thinking about that one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? So here we go.
Swipe down the field to
First
Henry
down.
again. Gets another first down. And with that, Bill Henry's up over 100 yards receiving for the day. He gets the ball again, and it's time steps out of bounds with 56 seconds left. Give a 5, second 5.
So what you're telling me is there's a chance. Let's go. It's not out of the question. It's a long putt. But if Mexico City can manufacture some points one way or another here in the next 2 or 3 plays, with at least 30 seconds on the board, then they have a shot.
And because they have no timeouts, they'll spike the ball, and anybody gets tackled in the field of play, and this is incomplete. Gunny says he enjoys all of this stuff. It's great, you know, it's a fun variety show.
Classic TV talk. No. Appreciate you, Gunny.
3rd and 5, 52 seconds left. Let's see if they can.
I believe there should be some base level of cultural awareness. I struggle to stay up with it these days. I'm all about the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Throw, snipe, complete, and it's to Olovi for a first down. You see his numbers there as he's up over the 200 mark on just 21 completions. And they spike it with 39 seconds left. And Jared Dumas wanting a pass interference in one of the previous plays.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong on that. All right, if they're going to stay on my schedule, they need points before they hit the 30-second mark.
Well, this is the formation to do it. It's empties. Empty stuff.
It's empty hoo-ha.
And Henry in motion across.
At least Fort Worth is rushing 4, Colin.
And the inside rush comes, sight, go! Dexter Jackson with a diving interception. And they say it'll count.
Mr. 54, was he the called back touchdown fumble?
Yeah, that was a 72-yard fumble that was called back, and Adam Leach had it in his hands, but Dexter Jackson scooped it up.
Puts the dagger into Mexico City there. Sorry, I stepped on your call. 1,000 apologies. Don't fire me.
There it is. Your dagger, like you said. As it was an interesting way to end the game as Mr. Jackson, Dexter Jackson that is, grabs the interception in the Toros, who came into this ball game having lost 2 in a row following an opening week win over Los Angeles. Will now get to the 500 mark, tied exactly with these Aztecs. So the South gets the bottom portion of this SFL Southern Division gets a little bit closer.
Yeah, so they'll pull into a tie with Mexico City, right, at 2-1, or 2-2, excuse me. And that's your ball game, Colin.
19-10, the final score. Fort Worth wins.
Close up of Hacker there with his good sportsmanship. Take a look at the stats here, Colin. Look at the total yards. I have 415, I believe I saw for Fort Worth after being behind by about 50 yards at some point in the second quarter.
Mr. Zero broke the 100-yard barrier, but ultimately did not break the plan, so the touchdown search continues.
Oh, yeah, he was so close on that one. Tantalizingly close. There's another vocabulary word to wind up this broadcast, Colin.
The first down's relatively close as well. Third down conversions. Mexico City has to clean that up. They finished 3 for 9. And Fort Worth was 13-7. Who's your play against?
Who's my player of the game? Who are you going with? I go with a couple different people.
I got a couple different people in mind as well. I really think Eric Price. He showed me something today with his passing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on that too. So, your final, Fort Worth 19, Mexico City 10, Colin.
Thank you for Cameron Irvine, our executive producer.
Stephen Hacker on stats.
Stephen Hacker, our statistician.
Just said that.
And thank you all. Good night.